Hello, I'm Pilot, and welcome to the first part of the Homestuck iceberg video. I'm not sure if anyone's done this one yet. If they have, cool. The original iceberg was made by somebody on Reddit. Let me look. This iceberg was made by Static Spazix or something like that on Reddit. I'll put their name in like the edited version of this video. Anyways, yeah, it's the Homestuck iceberg. I'm doing such a terrible job already. You know what? Whatever. There's probably gonna be a part where I said I'm gonna cut it out, and then watch me not cut it out because it's funny or something, or I'm just not willing to edit that much. Anyways, I'm gonna be playing music. I'm sorry if I stammer a lot, like I have now. I did script this video, unlike most of my videos, but I'm still gonna, like, start talking weird or something, or come up with something on the fly and just start saying it, because this isn't a professional YouTube channel. This is Pilot's YouTube channel. Anyways, Layer 1, Blue Skies. Carcat Vantas. Carcat is a character for Homestuck itself. He is one of the most popular characters, and I'm sure if you've read Homestuck or not, you probably know who he is. He is a part of the comics alien species called trolls. He is very angry and pretends not to care much about his friends, even though he cares a little too much. Let me tell you about Homestuck. Well, that's easy. It's a song written by someone despite the fandom basically saying that we were obnoxious losers, which, according to outsiders, is 100% accurate. Now that I think about it, it's also an ongoing joke in the fandom, where we obnoxiously say, "Let me tell you about Homestuck." 3. Oh, I numbered these, so if I accidentally say numbers, yeah, that too. Sweet Bro and Hecka Jeff. A webcomic made by Dave Strider in Homestuck. It is also a real webcomic that you can read, and there have probably been cases where people have known it, but not Homestuck. Its humor is based mostly on low-quality images and extreme JPEGing. June Egbert. In my personal opinion, this one should be at the top of the iceberg. This is like the sky part. It's actually the top of the iceberg. Whatever. Because most people who have first read Homestuck and are on Twitter don't really know about it. June Egbert is the idea that John Egbert, the main character of Homestuck, is a trans woman made semi-canon by a Tolbrone wish. I will say more about June and Tolbrone wishes further down on the iceberg. Hive Swap. Hive Swap is a game made by Andrew Hussey, the creator of Homestuck, that is, and universe to Homestuck. It follows the main character Joey as she figures out what her father was hiding in the attic while trying to get away from monsters, and soon exploring Alternia alongside Zephyros, a Rustblood troll. As of now, it only has 2 acts, and most people doubt it will ever be finished, or if it will continue to decline in quality to the point of being like Homestuck 2 to the fandom. Canon ships. There are a lot of ships in the Homestuck fandom, however most aren't canon, but both in Homestuck and Homestuck 2, a few ships were made canon, to some criticism or prevail, I don't know what word belongs there. These ships include, but are not limited to, Dirk, Jake, and Dave Cat, and yeah, I said I think a few others. 413. A reoccurring number, as well as the main character, John Egbert's birthday. The fandom celebrates this day every year by drawing fan art and being a bunch of nerds. Mambo Stuck, a song and a great fan animation. It will be linked in the description, as well as a plethora of other things. Rev Scarecrow, a YouTuber reading Homestuck for charity. It will also be linked in the description, because supporting charity is a good thing. Undertale. Undertale was made by Toby Radiation Fox. Homestuck is referenced frequently in Undertale, and some of the music in Homestuck is also in Undertale. Notably, Toby also worked on Homestuck. Jacksepticeye, a popular YouTuber who played through Hive Swap. That will be linked in the description, if I can possibly do that amongst the other things I'm linking. Sylvia Gunner, I believe this is also a YouTuber who talks about Homestuck. Perhaps also could have been at the middle of the iceberg, because I had no idea what that was. Well, brief history of Homestuck, a video made by YouTuber Sarah Z that is infamous for being copy-striked by What Pumpkin. I have no idea what the contents of this video are, because it's way too long and I didn't watch it. Sharpie Bath, a story from 4chan. One Homestuck decided instead of using Snazaroo for their Terezi cosplay, they were going to dye their skin with Sharpies and alcohol. This event is rumored to have landed them in hospital, or even killed them, which is highly unlikely. They had to pay a lot in repair bills. This is the most we know about what happened to them in the end. The Baby's You, a song made by Toby Fox. This song is about the character Dave giving birth to John. It is very weird and kind of funny. It is as well, I have heard that is a critique on the weird Homestuck fan content that you can find. Vast Error, one of the most popular MSPFAs aside from Carcat Goes to a Convention. It is just the most popular MSPFA according to the wiki. Following a new set of 12 trolls, it has been noticed by Homestuck's dev team and referenced a few times in Hive Swap. I can't say things. It uses a lot of Homestuck's archetypes according to the wiki. The plot section of the wiki is blank, so I can't help you on that regard. Voxus, a comic dub channel that is momentarily voicing through the entirety of Homestuck. It is the project is almost done now, and there is an entire playlist. This is how I personally first experienced Homestuck. True fact. Zodiac signs. The in-comic species of trolls all have some derivative of a zodiac sign on their shirt. These signs are used to document them. If a troll has no sign, that troll is to be instantly culled. Carkalicious, a popular fan parody of the song Fergalicious. The song is infamous for being sung by a 13-year-old, even though the lyrics are a little risque. Quadrants. The trolls form of relationships. These quadrants consist of mates per trip, basically human love, Moirail alliance, basically best friends who stop each other from doing bad things, Kismatude, two trolls who hate each other, but not enough to kill each other, and finally, auspicism. These three trolls, two of which are Kismuses, who argue while the third calms them down and breaks up their fights. And now we're moving on to Layer 2, according to my script. The Odd Gentleman. The original development team... Oh, I've named it the top of the iceberg. The Odd Gentleman. The original development team for Hive Swap. They quit working on Hive Swap to work on other games and are rumored to have stolen Homestuck's Kickstarter money. This is now, I think, proven to be false, but I really don't know. Rex Dudecamangelus, a fan-made semi-canon Flash. This Flash was the Trolls fight against the Black King and was well received by Andrew Hussey. Namco High, a visual novel that includes two Homestuck characters, Trezzy Pyrope and Dave Sprite. I'm not sure if you can still play it because of the loss of Flash, but if you can, I do recommend it. Classpecs, a system in the in-comic game Spurb that causes you to reach god status. It is popular amongst the fandom to find out your class spec. Personally, I'm a Sliff, or I'm not terribly sure of Doom. Dante Bosco, a Hollywood actor who has actually read Homestuck, a character, Rufio Nitram, is inspired by his role in the movie. Pan, I believe. I'm not terribly sure, so don't quote me on that. It is also voiced by him in Vosk's dub. Paradox Space Comics, a series of comics that take place in alternate timelines of Homestuck. They are pretty funny, and I recommend checking them out, if not, at least read some teen romance. Now with absolutely no romance and suffering through the people for the people, my personal favorite. Homestuck bad stuff, yeah. Carcat Convention Bucket Incident. Someone at a convention threw a bucket at a Carcat cosplayer's head because it happened in the comic. Do not throw hard things at people's heads. Undertale was developed in Hussey's basement, not only an in-fandom joke, but possibly a true fact. Hussey's self-insert, the Orange Man. This one speaks for itself. Hussey put himself into the comic and blatantly points it out. Notably, Dave Strider is also a self-insert for him in a way. Homestuck 2. A non-canon continuation of Homestuck. It is very infamous in the fandom for being written like a horrible fanfiction. Mr. Paint. Not too sure what this is exactly referring to, but I believe it is the possibility of a Mr. Paint because of how Mrs. Paint's name is spelled. I.e., if she was not married, it would be Miss Paint. Spelled M-I-S-S Paint, not M-R-S Paint. Horse Painting. A cursed painting inside of the troll Equius the Hack's room. Cool new webcomic, a satirical retelling of Homestuck where everyone but Rose Lalonde is extremely mesotopic, can be found on MSPFA. Olive Garden, a restaurant that is used in Dave Strider's route of Pester Quest, as well as a popular inside joke amongst the fandom. I mean, they do have good breadsticks. Unsealed gray body paint stains, the reason most Homestucks were banned from conventions. 612, Carcat's birthday, another reoccurring number in Homestuck. Toblerone wish. Andrew Hussey hid multiple Toblerone candy bars and If a fan were to find them, anything they wanted could be canon. These consists of Vriska being trans and Pester Quest. June Egbert, I think it was like Dave Strider's favorite game being Mario Party for the Wii or something. Canon fan trolls. If someone were to pay a certain amount of money on Hiveswap's Kickstarter, I forgot the amount, they would have their fan troll made canon. At least 2 people did. These fan trolls were used in one page and died directly after. Nicolas Cage, famous actor. In comic, John Egbert really loves his movies, especially the movie Con Air. Headcanons. Some Homestuck fans have a lot of headcanons. Some are very violent and defensive over these, and people have attacked others for having opposing headcanons. Comic dubs. Dubbed Homestuck fan comics are a thing. Some are fantastic, others are I personally like a lot of them. External media. There's a bit of stuff made outside of the original Homestuck, and that is the most I could find on that. September 2012. The end of a giant pause in the story. I believe this was the Giga pause. Either way, I think it took place after the beginning of the Hiveswap Kickstarter. Risk Course. Arguments over the character Vriska Circuit. Did Vriska really do anything wrong? Yes. Yes, she did. Next entry. Vriska and Aqueous are neighbors. Yes. Problem Sleuth. Another comic made by Andrew Hussey. It is referenced in Homestuck as well. Canon ships are based on real Zodiac compatibility. Most of them are, for example, Aerosol. Racial stereotypes. Some fans believe the character, Mina Pisces, both pre and post-scratch, is a racial stereotype. I cannot say much on the matter because I really don't know. You can't fight the Homestuck. Though it's weird and random, it's the greatest fandom. I'm not great at singing. Don't sue me. Hiveswap delay. Hiveswap delay. Act 2 and maybe 1. Most of Hiveswapped was delayed for a long time. Newgrounds crashed. S Cascade, I think, was released on Newgrounds, causing a bunch of fans to flock to the site, crashing it. This also happened to the game Friday Night Funkin'. Hitalia, an anime that most Homestucks also like. I have no information about the series because it doesn't include aliens, so I don't care. Layer 3, thus begins the abyss. Karkat would be a Gemini. Based on his birthday to the real Zodiac, Karkat would be a Gemini. I am your lord. In comic character, Caliborn's DeviantArt account. 100+ donation tiers. I don't know a lot about this, but there was a Kickstarter and it had tiers that added stuff. Like most Kickstarters. March Iridan. A joke/canon fact that Iridan and Pora does drag in March. Jade has a dog thing. In Homestuck 2, Jade has a dog PV. That is what I wrote. I will not elaborate further. However, there is a hilarious MSPFA based after. It's not really hilarious, it's more really interesting. Read it. Psychoanalyst. Visual novel made by Andrew Hussey after the creation of Homestuck. Pony.mov. I think this is also known as S. Rose Ride, a joke flash animation. Not sure about that one. Probably should have googled it. But since I've never heard about it till now, I'm assuming that's what it is. Hussey stole Caliborn's OC design. I can't really find anything on this. After googling it, I just couldn't find anything about it. Cop reads Homestuck update to Tumblr users on Driveway. Self-explanatory, don't really know what's up with that. I'd probably should have googled it, but whatever. What Pumpkin? A running joke as well as the production team on Homestuck. Pumpkin? What pumpkin? You're sure there's no pumpkins here or something like that? I don't know. 13th Troll. In Paradox Space, there was a 13th Troll who Vriska sent a doomsday device that blew up in his face. Rest in peace, poor little guy. Homestuck is a cretin myth. The idea that everything that happens ultimately leads to nothing. At least that's what I understood of it. Most of this stuff was like 5 feet long sets of text, and I don't have the brain capacity to read all of that. Roxy is trans. In Homestuck 2, Roxy Lalonde transitioned from female to male/non-binary. This could also be about the popular theory that Roxy and Dirk are trans because of their jump handles being based on their chromosomes. Though, more likely, they are swapped to show their swapped roles in the story from the original Lalonde and Strider. Caucasian. During Trickster mode, a part in the story eventually tells a joke where Jane says, "I feel just peachy." This before said Caucasian, but it was removed due to fandom backlash. Humanimals, a different webcomic made by Andrew Hussey that is referenced in Homestuck. Look how far we have come, AMV. Very popular fan animation of a song. Vriska's God-geared clock was broken. Spades broke her clock, so some people thought she was doomed. Unfortunately, this was not the case. I say unfortunately because I don't like Vriska. To people who like Vriska, it was definitely a fortunate thing. Post-canon is canon. Technically not, because of Paradox Space, but it is... Technically, because of Paradox Space it is, but these aren't technically the main universe versions of the characters. The epilogues are Dirk and Calliope's fanfiction. This is a confirmed fact in the epilogues, and technically Homestuck 2, which is why I say post-canon, is also not canon. And that is end of part 1. Note to myself, I have decided to split this iceberg in half because I have been typing since morning and I have not eaten one since. I am hungry and tired of typing. Screw you! With much regards, Gemini the pilot. P.S. Happy June. It's warm, go outside and touch some grass. And to our LGBTQ plus viewers, happy Pride Month. I love all of you. You're a bunch of nerds, and so am I. So have a good day.